Hi
Hi,
guys.
everyone. Hello.
Denise, you sound like a robot. Let it kick in. Nadia sound like a robot at first too.
We sound okay between each other though.
Yeah, you guys sound okay. How do I sound now?
You sound good to me. I think it's Leny's connection then.
You guys sound clear to each other?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking on my iPad. I don't see you on there.
Let's see. How's it sound now?
There we are.
You will always sound
funny. I can't. You guys are just like really muffled to me. That's
then it's your connection because we're fine and we hear you fine too.
I'm looking at the iPad and it says test.
Okay.
And then there's the three of us live.
I can deal with it. I'll deal with it. Okay. Welcome guys to KraftyLeeny's channel on the Leeny and Nadia show. I'm here with our special guest, Denise Jordan. Yay! And my lovely co-host, Nadia from DIY with Nadia. They're lovely blue eyes.
Hi, guys.
Hi. How are you ladies doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. How are you doing, Nadia? You had a big day today too, huh?
I did. And as you can see, I had a lot of sleep with all these bags under my eyes here.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry we're a little late. Yeah, KraftyLeeny here was kind of running a little behind on things, but we're here. I took a week off, but we're back. I'm back in the game.
Okay. Now, are we live for the public? Because it's saying private chat still.
No, we're live.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
You're live, girl. It says live, right? I see it in two places live.
All right. I've never been.
Where it says private chat, just click in the comments next to it.
Oh, I see.
Oh my Lord, I can't even understand you guys. It's just still muffled really bad.
Really? Your connection must not be good at home.
Like, yeah, I'm hoping it'll clear up. I don't know what's going on. This is the first time I'm dealing with this. Like, yeah. I'm hoping it'll clear up some. Okay. Well, let's get started.
Let's get started. Where is everyone? Oh, there's Effie. There's Linda Lance. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Effie.
We have Denise Jordan with us.
How are you all doing today?
Oh, it's the weekend is here, so hey, it's all good.
Oh, Cujo's
a good day. I'm really excited about being on the show with you guys.
It's like, man, it's chaotic on the Leeny show.
I was watching national television on one of the news shows, and some dog started barking while a guy was doing his spot. He was like, "Oh, excuse my dog." He just started barking all of a sudden.
This day and age, that's what we gotta do. We got my neighbor's grandkids came over, so my dog started crying. Like he cries. So I was like, right before I went on, I went over. I was like, "You guys, can you take him?" Of course.
Oh.
Yeah, he loves.
Do you have any fur babies, Denise?
No, I don't.
No.
I had pets all the time when the kids were little. And when we moved into this house, my son had a cat, and we gave that cat away to a farm. Haven't had any pets since then.
Oh, okay.
I am not sad because who takes care of pets?
Mom.
She's like, I am not sad. I'm not dealing with all that nonsense.
Enough of that. We had dogs, cats, rabbits, gerbils, birds. You name it, the kids had it. Like most kids, you have all that kind of stuff. But, been there, done that.
I don't know. I've always had a cat and I've always had a dog. At least one cat and one dog in my home, always.
I'm a dog person. My husband's a cat person. So after 15 years, I finally gave in and got a cat. So my dog that I'm a dog person, is attached to my husband. And the cat, who my husband got for himself, is attached to me.
Oh,
that's usually how it goes, right?
That is funny.
And I love I learned, to love cats.
You guys are clear now. Yes.
Good. Good.
I was getting a little worried there.
Am I making too much noise? I put some honey in my tea, and I'm just trying to be like.
No, you're not. You're not being noisy.
I made green tea. I figure, you know, antioxidants cannot hurt.
No.
So let's talk about Denise. You know,
Yes.
Denise, you look at your channel, you don't know, like, if you're new to your channel, right? You just don't know where to start. You are like Martha Stewart of YouTube.
I mean, she is, right?
You do everything from, I had to like take a list, and this is just a few things: cooking, YouTube tips, vignettes, clean with gardening, tablescapes, food prep, canning, homekeeping, like everything. You do everything.
Well, you know, Nadia, I'm a homemaker and I do homemaking. Now, the YouTube tips and those kind of things, I don't have on my This and That with Denise channel anymore.
Yes, you do.
No,
That's where I found it.
well, it's not on there anymore. That's the YouTube Talk with Denise Jordan. That's a branded channel. That's different from my This and That with Denise channel, where I do cooking, cleaning, laundry.
No, but I mean, the YouTube tips I found on your This and That.
They're probably old.
They're old, yeah, but I found a video. That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah, they're really old, and I try now to focus mostly on homemaking. And homemaking includes cooking, cleaning, laundry, canning, everything related to running, to making and keeping a home. You know, I say homemaking and homekeeping is an art and a science, and the science is all the things that we bring to the making of the home, like when you're doing laundry and the bleach and the different things like that you put in there, when you're cooking, the baking powder, the baking soda, all those are science things. But the art is how you bring it all together, like a kitchen vignette on my counter to make my kitchen pretty. You know, that's the art part, and it's the fun part.
And it shows your personality too. We can shine with our personalities when we do
Yeah,
our vignettes.
yeah. I really like for the kitchen to be pretty too.
You know what? Because I have this picture, and I can't. When we moved in my home, we put a picture, and I still can't. I still can't remove it off my wall because I love what it says. It says, "The kitchen is where the family's memories are made," and it's true. I love it. That's my thing. It's always the dinner. When dinner is up, we all put all our phones, tablets, whatever we have, we put it, and it's not allowed in the kitchen, in the dining room, or in the kitchen where we're
I
eating.
like that idea. I like that idea. You know, it's just the hubby and I here now, so I'm trying to turn off my phone so it doesn't beep, because I thought with just my luck it'll go off while we're talking.
Mine just did.
That's what made me think to turn mine off. But
mine is off, but this was a live call, so it like.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when we're in the movie theater, guys. Don't
Yeah.
you ever go in the movie theater and you hear something go off and you're like, ooh, they forgot to turn their phone off.
Well, that's why I turned mine off. But yeah, the kitchen is the heart of the home, and you spend a lot of your time there. We make meals in there. Kids do their homework at the kitchen table. You sit down and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea when you're exhausted, when you want to have a talk with that kid because of whatever. It's like, look, you need to, you know, so it's like you do a lot in the kitchen. And of course, you know, the cooking and
where you learn how to cook.
Yeah.
Your mama.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if you don't learn how to cook, because my daughter didn't really learn until she was an adult and had her own family, but you might be in the kitchen standing there talking while mama's cooking and you're just chatting.
Oh,
so
no,
you're right.
girl.
For the
I had to help my mom cook.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I remember doing dishes. I was short, of course, I'm short, but I was short, and I'm not kidding. Back then, yep, guys, back then we did dishes when we were already like 6 years old. I was helping do dishes. I had to stand on a chair. Remember this? I had to stand on a chair to reach the sink, and I would be doing dishes.
I think we started our kids washing dishes at about 8 or 9. I mean, there weren't much, but I mean, you know, they did the dishes and they did them together. And of course, I was in the kitchen helping do stuff too. But yeah.
Learning to clean house.
Mm-hmm.
We had our chores: cleaning bathrooms, kitchen, dusting, mopping, sweeping, vacuuming. I remember how I learned how to sweep, Denise and Nadia. I'm not kidding. I would sweep, and if my dad seen something, he'll say, go do it again.
Oh, that is so funny that your dad taught you how to sweep, because our dad taught us how to sweep. My sister will say, you never saw anybody sweep a floor until you saw my dad sweep a floor.
Yeah.
And so I learned how to sweep a floor from watching him too. But I like the fact that I can be so helpful in teaching today's young homemakers how to make a home, because they don't get home economics in school anymore.
You know
So
what?
some of the things that we learned, they're not getting.
They
So
don't.
I want to be the June Cleaver of YouTube.
Yes,
You definitely
I love
are.
that.
Because,
I
like,
love
like, for
that.
example, like, to me, I feel like it's a lost art in a lot of parts of United States. I feel like it's done more in the South, and, like, in the Southern states, I feel like there's just more people who can know, I'm just saying, from family, friends who live in the South. But here we don't have the area for gardens as much, so we don't can. My mom still cans, but I don't.
You know what's sad is gardens are hard for me too, because I'm in Southern California. How I'm in Southern California, it's hard for me to have a garden because of the heat. You know what I mean? And everything has to be either eucalypt or not. What do you got? Succulents, cacti. It has to be things like that, and it doesn't have that.
It never rains in Southern California is actually true.
Huh?
That song, "It Never Rains in Southern California," is that actually true?
Honey, that is true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's hot, hot, hot.
Well,
We're still wearing tank tops and shorts and tank tops and flip-flops. We still wearing that here.
Okay, well, it's cold here, so I went out today in a coat with jeans. But if you're wearing a skirt out, then you're going to want to wear some kind of tights or boots or something to help warm you up, because it's chilly here now.
Where are you, Denise Jordan?
I'm in Indiana. So I'm in the Midwest in Indiana. And so we get all four seasons.
Are you Southern Indiana?
Pardon?
Are you Southern Indiana?
No, I'm in the middle, Northeast Indiana. I'm in the middle almost. We're up at the top.
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, you're in Chicago? We're 3 hours away.
Oh,
you're up in the Northeast part of the state.
Yeah, because I'm like I had to have a code, and a few days ago I had to wear gloves walking Louis.
Oh
man,
it was cold.
No.
Yeah, it's chilly. Yeah, it's chilly here. I've been doing some off-grid cooking for my channel. It's one of the new series that I'm working on related to cooking, because I've been doing this Prepping with Denise series and encouraging people to build a prepper pantry. And several of my subscribers have said, well, how do we cook if the power goes out? So I'm like, well, you can cook on a grill or do this or that. Then I thought, well, if I'm telling them this so nonchalantly, I better practice it and see how it works. So I've been practicing cooking off the grid, like cooking on a grill, which I've never done before, or cooking over an open fire. And my husband was like, babe, do you know how cold it is outside? I said, yes, but if I'm telling young moms that if their power goes out, they can make a fire on their patio and cook a meal, I need to be able to do that. So it has been so much fun. I felt like a pioneer woman.
So what did you make, hon?
Well, I've done 6 different meals so far. And I made an apple spice chili, which I bought one of those little portable grills that you use with propane gas.
Yeah, the propane.
I got one for like less than $25 at Walmart. And then my husband set it up because, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So he set up the grill for me, and then he turned it on, and then I cooked the meal on that. I made chili, and it was excellent. And then the next time I said, well, just in case they don't have one of those, I need to cook like on a regular, like kind of fire-like thing. So he went to get his car serviced, and while he was there, he bought an oil pan. Now, have you guys ever seen one of those?
Mm-hmm. An oil pan.
Like a big pan. They're about this. Well, they're about 20 inches wide. They're round. They have like a little lip on them and 2 handles. And guys use them to drain the oil out of their car if they're going to work under their car. That's how he happened to get it, because he was at the car shop. And he said, here, you can use this to cook in, because I don't have like a fire pit or anything like that. So then I put charcoal in that, and then laid a grill on top of that. And then he lit the fire, and then I cooked on top of that. And then I said, okay, so now I want to cook over a campfire. So I made a fire on the patio. I put some dirt on the patio and then put some rocks and wood around it, put a grill over that, and I cooked. I bought a cast iron Dutch oven, and I cooked over that. It was so much fun, but there is a real art to cooking outside.
Dang, girl.
Honey,
Our great grandmothers.
I
love
have
it.
our great grandmothers, because I tell you what, we don't know how easy we have it until you try cooking outside.
I have. My husband did it. Handsome Devil made a fire pit in my backyard. They actually have it where they dig a hole, they put the bucket, the barrel in the ground, and then he put the blocks around it, and we just fill it up with wood and burn it. And yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Just maybe cook on it one day just to see what's up. And then marshmallows. We done hot dogs, and the marshmallow s'mores, but to cook.
Well, I did all that kind of stuff in Girl Scouts, marshmallow s'mores and hot dogs and those kind of things. And when the kids were little, and my son went to Cub Scouts, they learned how to make a hamburger over like a little hobo fire. But as a mom with children, I've never had to do that or even tried to do that. And, we're pretty old school. So my husband would always light the fire and do anything like that. And then I would come out and make the meal, I didn't make any meals outside except for once. We went camping one time to a state park. I think my youngest son was maybe 8 months old, because he was in a little backpack and I was carrying him on my back while we took hikes and stuff. I thought, this is not fun. Because, you got this baby that you still got to give formula to. The twins were like 8 years old. The baby was 6 or 8 months old. We had diapers, and I had to make a meal just like you do at home. I'm like, whose idea of fun is this?
And you went camping like that?
One time.
Oh, girl, said leave me home.
We were at Turkey Run State Park.
Unless it's glamping, leave me home.
My idea of camping from now on is Holiday Inn. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not a camper either.
With babies? Oh, we used to go camping when we were young. We did. We would go camping, and you take all the good stuff, but we weren't with babies. I can't even imagine going camping like that with
I don't know what we had a tent, the whole 9 yards. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I thought it would be fun. I always thought I'd make a good pioneer woman, but no, I don't think so. Not if I had to live that way all the time. But it was kind of fun. Oh, look, Marika Creations has joined us.
Hi,
Linda's laughing at me when I was talking about my cooking over the fire. But, I just felt like if I'm going to be the June Cleaver, and if I'm going to be talking to these young homemakers and saying, well, you should try this or do this if that happens, I need to be able to, to say, this is how it works.
You know what? That's awesome, though, because it is what you're saying. You are actually doing it. You're giving the advice, but you're doing it too. And I think that's great, because you're not just saying it,
Well, and doing it, you can see what you can improve. Maybe, what
what not to do. What not to do.
What not to do.
Yeah.
Oh, don't go in the house and leave the fire burning. The pan will burn up.
Gosh, no, please, people, please. Don't do that, no. Oh my gosh. My son would love it. My son John would love that. To cook outside like that, like old school, he would probably get a kick out of that.
Well, and here's the thing though. Now Marika's saying she's not a camping girl. And I'm not either, Marika. I'm not a camping girl, period. Like I said, my idea of camping now is Holiday Inn or the Marriott, some really nice fancy hotel with nice showers and running water.
And coffee.
Marika, it's called glamping. Yeah. I will glamp. We will glamp.
Yeah. But if you have to cook off grid, like your power goes out, you've got a hurricane, a storm, and now your power's out, and you've got to feed your family. You've got to be able to do it. And so what I'm going to tell them when I, air those episodes is that you need to practice it, because then when the time comes that you got to do it, you need to have practiced it a little bit. So.
Or you just boil water on the fire and get one of those soups where you just pour the water.
Yes, that works too. That works too.
We have done where we have
ramen time.
We have rolling blackouts here in California. I don't know if you guys know what that is. When it's real hot and all our air conditions are running, the SoCal, it's called Southern California Edison, they pick certain counties and cities to go completely black. So yeah, because everybody's air conditions are running. So we have called them rolling blackouts. So we listen. So when we have the rolling blackouts, we're like, okay, we need a barbecue outside. We need to make sure we have our wood for the smoker. We have to be prepared here too, because whether it's a hurricane or not, there's people that still get where they have no power or no, things to cook or yeah. We always say charge your phones, make sure everything's ready for dinner that day, because we might be one of the ones with nothing. Yeah. So it really sucks when that happens, but
let's see here. So besides your YouTube channel, do you have an Instagram account?
I do have an Instagram account, and I'm trying to learn to do Instagram. It's not something I do very often. Like I found Leeny's message today. I thought, I wonder if she sent me an email, and I checked email first, and then I didn't find anything there. So I went to Instagram, because I know how today's, like YouTubers love Instagram, but it's all I can do to keep up with YouTube. So I'm trying to be a better Instagrammer, but I'm not there yet.
Well, then my follow-up question would be with that is, now you have a YouTube channel. Now you're learning how to do Instagram. What's next? Website?
Yes, actually, my website is next. I was hoping to have it live and ready by the end of November, but it's probably going to take me another week or so, but then it's going to go live. And when the website goes live, I plan to have a giveaway on my YouTube channel to celebrate like getting 35,000 subscribers, and then also promote my website at the same time.
Aren't you past 35 already?
I've got 36, like
That's
36.
what I thought, like 36.8. Yeah.
Congratulations on that, Denise. You deserve more. You deserve everything you strive for, girl. I love it. I tell Nadia the same thing for both of you guys. You guys deserve it. You hardworking ladies.
Yeah. And for those starting website, because I see some YouTubers on here, your most important, I'm sure you know this, Denise, but your most important page on a website, having a blog myself for over, for a long time before. I'm starting one in January too, Denise. So me and you, we're on the same page. Your about page is the most important page on your website, because it is the most visited. I tell this all the time. We are nosy by nature. And when we go on someone's website, we want to see what that person is about. So that's why your about page is like your number one thing you need to work on.
I've got the about page done. And hey, Michelle from My Everyday Wife Life, she's waiting.
Junker Knuckers here. Oh my God, I feel like I haven't.
Oh, hi, Junker.
In a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen Leah on for a while either.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Hi, hello. I see some new people logging on. Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome.
But I'm hoping to get my website done. I've got to put some of my recipes on my recipe page. When I get that page done, then all the pieces will be in place, and then I should be able to get it to go live. I thought I had it ready.
What are you going to have on there?
Well, I'm going to have, I've got a page for recipes, and I'll have the different things that I cook, like from Thanksgiving. I wanted to have all my Thanksgiving recipes up there and link it to my YouTube, so people can come over there and download a recipe that they've seen me do on YouTube. They can come over there and print it off. I'll have a blog where I just talk about just different things maybe that's going on in my life or that I'm doing, kind of like we do on the community tab. I'll have shopping resources, like for example, I'll have an Amazon store page where I'll say these are some things that all homemakers should have, and then you can click on the link and just kind of see what some of those things are.
That's good. That's a good one.
Wow, that's going to be beautiful.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to be all you have to do is make sure you have your about page and like at least something on there, and then just go live. So,
I got that.
Yeah. But that's exciting. See, that's good to know, because I'm like, as I read, you You do everything. You're the Martha Stewart of YouTube. So I mean,
she tells me, Leeny, she's the Martha Stewart of YouTube. I go, yes, she is. I mean, Denise does everything. You want to know?
You're going to have a lot of sections there. Canning, that's a great thing. I'm telling you.
I do water bag canning, so like jams and jellies and tomato products. I do canning, and then laundry. I love laundry. My sister's like, "Why do you like laundry?" But you know, it's just so much fun. But then I don't have 3 kids at home and all that.
Tips and tricks. Have a little tab for laundry.
Yeah, so I have one for laundry. I like laundry, and like I get comments or questions all the time now on some of my old laundry videos, how to get this stain out or how to get that stain out. And one young guy wrote in and wanted to know, he said he had just bought a bunch of new clothes and wanted to keep them nice because he had ruined a bunch of the other ones. I gave him some tips on how to do that, those kinds of things. Laundry is fun too. And it's so mundane, but it's like we have to find joy in it because we have to do it every day anyway, or at least every week.
Yeah, so, every other day. Every other day, yeah. I have a question then, Denise, for you.
Okay.
Okay. I know it's gonna sound cochina, people. Okay.
Cochina.
Leeny, before
it sound gross.
Everyone, if you have any questions for Denise, please put your questions down. I'll try to read while Leeny is doing her thing right now.
Okay. On top, you know, above my stove, my microwave. How do you get the gook? I've tried different products. I've even tried the Eileen's degreaser thing, and it won't degrease. And so I don't.
Looking at
the top of the microwave, like where the
the top of the microwave. I'm thinking of the hood over the oven. Okay.
No, the top of the microwave, like above. You know where the door, then you close it, and then above.
And you can set things on top of it.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's so hard to clean. Like, you know, it's like the grease. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm thinking if it's on top of the microwave, if you're getting a lot of, is it close to your stove?
Yes, it's above my stove.
Yeah, because I get a lot of grease on mine sometimes too, on the side, because it's right beside my stove. And I use vinegar in water sometimes, or sometimes I might use vinegar and Dawn dishwashing liquid, because Dawn is a great degreaser. So Dawn and vinegar and water. And if that doesn't work, you can always try some baking soda and water. Make like a kind of a thick paste, or even baking soda and vinegar, make a paste and spread that on it to try to clean it off that way.
That's what I do. I use baking soda for to remove grease.
And
one of my subscribers is on here, Lane Smith. She said the white vinegar trick during laundry was the best. So she's thanking me for that. I'm surprised that some of my people are jumping on. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Avi is here, and I'm going to address my everyday wife life real quick. You had a question as far as website. Website right now cannot be easier. I recommend, and I use Wix, W-I-X. Denise, what do you use?
Well, my sister put mine together, and she used WordPress. So
that was a little harder than Wix, I have to admit.
She used WordPress, but I'm not the one putting it together. Now, once she's got it put together, I can write the article, and I've learned how to post things up there. But you're right, it's a definite learning curve. So my daughter is getting one built for her daughter, and they're using Wix because it's just supposed to be so much easier.
Yeah, when I had my cooking website before, that's what I had. That's what I use, but right now I'm just like, I'm so over that. I'm just using Wix, making it easy. Everything is set up because I did it for a friend for business, and I was like, this is just amazing.
Wow, that easy, huh?
Because like to sell and stuff, because I'm gonna be selling t-shirts and stuff on my website too. So I was like, oh my god, so easy. And my vendor who makes the t-shirts that I design works with Wix, and I'm like,
okay, yeah,
it's really good. Favi's here. I'm not sure if I said hi. Hi, Favi.
Hi, Favi.
But yeah, WordPress is harder. But right now, there's places they made it easier. They found that people are struggling. I was on the phone with GoDaddy all the time trying to get help. But yeah.
Hi, Cindy. Cindy just came on.
I didn't see Cindy.
That crafty lady.
I don't see her either.
Oh, you know what? I remember I told you I'm like 2 minutes behind.
Oh, okay.
She just popped in for me too. Hi, crafty lady.
Everybody, Cindy, you're a moderator in here, and Fabi is. If you guys can, just put everybody's channels in there. Everybody look at everybody's channel. You got great YouTubers in here. Start following each other. Let's support each other.
Absolutely.
If you haven't subscribed to Denise, I hope you go and subscribe to Denise. Awesome, awesome channel. I mean, as you can tell, she's wonderful. Great, great advice.
If you have a house, you need to check out her channel. If you have an apartment, you need to check out her channel. If you're a mom, you need to check out her channel. If you're not a mom, like me, I get good, definitely good tips and stuff. And Cindy, thank you so much.
Knock it off. Oh, Handsome Devil just came home from work right now.
Is that what you call your husband, Handsome Devil?
Yeah.
HD, Handsome Devil. Oh, how cute.
Yes, he's my handsome devil because he's a little devil.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
It makes me blush.
Tamara is here. Hi, Tamara from Love My Babies Forever.
Hi, Tamara. Oh, I love her. She's so sweet.
Let's see here. So website coming up. We're excited about that.
Yes, I'm really excited about that.
I'm really excited about that too. And one of the things that I hope to be able to do on the website is to have my own line of aprons. That's what I'm really working on because, I love, 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 love aprons. I should have wore one to talk to you guys, but I thought I'm just sitting here talking, so I didn't. But I really do wear them when I'm cooking and sometimes when I'm cleaning. And I want to have my own line of aprons. Wouldn't that be so cool?
Let's make it one.
You need to find a vendor.
I'm looking.
Please make one for a full figure. For a full figure.
Okay, I gotcha. And even the aprons that I do have, that I have in my Amazon store, there's 2 of them that have extra long ties. And so,
wait a minute. So you have an Amazon store too?
Well, yes, connected with my YouTube channel. Like if you look in the description box, I've got like an Amazon storefront.
Like we all do, like to.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
like things that we like. Okay.
Right. But what you might not know is that there's 2 different ways to get Amazon affiliate links. There's an Amazon store, and then there's just an Amazon affiliate. And when you have a store, when you click on someone who has an Amazon store, you click on that link, it shows up with a picture of them and their Amazon store, and the link looks completely different.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been using Amazon affiliates too. Leeny, you have too. I've taught you that, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you click on just the Amazon affiliate link, let's say for a pot that I might have in there, it just takes you to that pot and that's all you see. But if you go to the Amazon storefront, when you click on that, you see a pretty little picture of me, you see a background, and then you see like maybe 8 or 6 different cubes that talks about kitchen essentials, kitchen books, canning supplies, and you click on those and you see more stuff. So it's worth looking into.
Yeah, I have everything on my store because I have 2 different genres of channels. So I just put like 2 of my logos, one up, one down, because I'm like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm. Share it with both.
Wow.
So,
yeah, I've been wanting one with KraftyLeeny. That would be cool.
Don't you have an Amazon storefront?
No, I'm saying an apron. I'm still an apron.
But yeah, as I was telling you,
I saw the
if you buy the ones with the extra long ties, then they will fit the fuller figured ladies. Unless you look for that specifically, extra long ties, because then you've got plenty of room to wrap around you and it fits you in the front where you need it.
Yes. Denise, you need to find a seamstress who can you can work with.
I hadn't thought about that. That's a good idea too.
My
And
BFF,
both will benefit.
She's a seamstress.
Who?
My BFF. She's not a YouTuber. I keep trying to get her to do her own channel.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a seamstress and she does so much beautiful work, and she's shy, gorgeous as can be, but she's shy.
My middle sister is like that. My baby sister is like that. My middle sister is like me, trying to start a YouTube channel for a little bit. But yeah, my baby sister is like your friend. She just it's okay. When I used to vlog on Coffee with Nadia, she'll be like, Nadia. And she'll like,
she's dodging it.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, we all need a plus size apron these days.
I would love one. Yes, really. KraftyLeeny.
But I'm telling you, Denise, you want to sell it on your website. It's a nice idea.
That's what I want to do. So I got some big plans, but we'll see how things work out, you know.
Oh,
well, that's good. So now, you guys, we have Denise expanding from YouTube onto her Instagram. And Insta stories are very important. We'll see you more on Instagram, Denise. There's a separate following on that. Do you have a Facebook group or page?
I have a Facebook page, and it's This and That with Denise Facebook page. I have one that's specific for This and That with Denise. It's called Traditional Homemakers Facebook page. I haven't been as active on there as I should. And then there's also one that goes along with the Sunday show. And I used to put more stuff on there, but, you know, people just are busy and they haven't been engaging very much. So I haven't been doing much with that either.
Okay.
So,
does anybody have any questions for Denise?
Oh, yeah, I know the crafting. Cindy, you're my inspiration every time I see that. She's like, I don't need a plus size apron anymore. I lost 60 pounds.
Wow.
That is wonderful. Gosh. No, hamburgers are my favorite, guys. I love burgers. I've
just been eating so much because I've been at home with, you know, during COVID. I've been home. I haven't been getting out to my Weight Watchers meeting, and I kind of got really busy doing stuff around the house and trying to get my videos ready for Thanksgiving. I stopped doing my yoga. I probably gained 20 pounds. I looked at a picture of me.
You don't look like you did.
I'm like, girl.
I had a video of Thanksgiving this year and the video when I put up Thanksgiving last year and the year before. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah.
I know that. I did a video actually when I did this this arrangement, and in order to do a floral arrangement, I had to put like the camera down. When I was editing, I cried.
Yeah.
I think I told Leeny, I was like, I just cried. I got over it, and I'm like, if that's not encouraging you, I don't know what would, you know.
Yeah, you're right, because when you just kind of look at yourself, you get used to seeing yourself every day, and then all of a sudden there's a snapshot, and you're like, oh, is that me now? Like
I don't associate the size that I actually am with what I'm up here, because I'm like, there's no way. And then the scale like says a number, and you're like, well, that can't be me. I mean,
you know, you
the dog doing something with the scale in the back. I mean, what's happening right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Anne's Place. Hi, I just watched one of your videos. What did she do? She just did a vignette, a kitchen vignette.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing everything
collab
child's this year, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she participated in my kitchen vignette. I got quite good participation in that. So I still have to finish. I got through half the videos yesterday and left comments. I've got to do the other half.
Were you the one who started kitchen vignettes on YouTube, kind of?
Yes.
You were, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started doing my vignettes from Denise. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one that started those here on YouTube, and it was just kind of fun, and it caught on, and, you know, I just do it every quarter, but definitely Christmas is the one that most people seem to enjoy the most. So.
Yeah, I don't really do vignettes in the kitchen. I feel like I don't have the room in my kitchen, kind of. Especially right now we have construction going on, so I have literally construction materials in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what a vignette was.
Yeah, like a lot of people did not know. Okay, so for those who don't know what a vignette is, Denise, can you explain what a vignette is to people?
Well, a vignette is just a little scene, like a little tableau. It's like a little set. So when you go to a play and you see it like a little scene or set on a stage at one particular piece of time, that's a vignette. And it's set on a stage. So I came up with having a little vignette on a tray, and it's just a little piece of pretty in your kitchen.
I think it's gorgeous. It's good to put like on your coffee table, where you just do like a little scene, you know, for
exactly. Just a little piece of pretty, just to kind of, you know, have a little joy in your kitchen. And the reason why I said it has to be on a tray is because I don't have a lot of counter space. So I either got to be able to move it in a corner or take it off and put it somewhere else when I need that space.
Now, does it matter if it's a tier tray or not?
Nope, you get to do whatever kind of tray you want. And some people get quite creative. Like this year, I used a little wagon in mine. But some people use 2 and 3 tier trays. Some people that like DIY, they will maybe get a picture frame and repurpose it and make their own tray. People get quite creative.
I love it.
Fun.
I'm really into the vignette thing and tablescapes. I love doing the tablescape things, and yeah, have fun with that.
Well, I like introducing decor into the kitchen, and it's just a way to put in a little decor here and a little decor there and not spend a lot of money, but something you can swap out when it's seasonal. I remember I used to not change my decor a lot, and it can get a little bit stale. But with the different changes in season, you can really kind of switch things up by something as simple as a vignette. And it just really can make a difference in your kitchen.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, we all like something pretty here and there, you know?
Just a little bit of pretty. And, you know, Michelle at My Everyday Wife Life was saying she wanted to do it, but she couldn't fit it in. I get it. I have to tell you, I was like working like crazy for Thanksgiving, because I had a list of videos that I wanted to get done for Thanksgiving, the top 10 videos that I wanted to get done, and it took some work to get them done. And the cooking marathon, the Cook With Me marathon, that took me 2 days to shoot, and it took a week to edit. So it was like, it takes time. So Michelle, I get it. You just can't fit everything in. You just do the best you can. And everybody that's on are YouTube creators, so they all get what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's what's so beautiful when we all talk. I mean, we all understand. That's what I love about this, is everybody can understand what we're all talking
Guys,
about.
look who commented.
Grandma Sandy is here.
Hi, Grandma. I love you.
It is so nice to have you with us.
I love her. I am. She's just. I love her.
Sweetest person.
Oh, that's how Grandma Sandy is what led me to meet Denise, because we were in the fairy garden, fairy garden challenge, and Grandma Sandy loves fairies as much as I do. So her and I were just like, we love the fairies. But that's how I met you, Denise. And that's how it was so on and so on. I met a lot of people through Grandma Sandy. Yeah.
I met Denise through a vignette, but I was in the middle of, like, I had I was still doing I was learning about the DIY world on YouTube. I still had it on my Coffee with Nadia channel. So I think I actually did one of your challenges on Coffee with Nadia, I want to say, because I did it through like almost February on that channel. And I remember I did something like, whether it was the cocoa bar or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I learned about you was last year, still on my Coffee with Nadia. Now here, I basically was all Dollar Tree DIYs on this channel. But yeah, but that's how I got to know you for the first time.
And we built a really nice little community, I think, of very supportive YouTube creators, because I've met a lot of people here that way. Like I met Marika Creations, I believe, through a collaboration, a DIY collaboration. No, it couldn't have been DIY, or I wouldn't have been in.
That girl, oh my God.
It was a DIY with, was it with the DIY Mommy? Marika, was it the DIY Mommy where I first met you?
She does all the challenges. It's
she does.
Oh my God, it's
beautiful.
But that's where I met her. And then Ann's place, I think probably it was either a DIY or I don't know, some challenge I met her. But like I met all of these ladies on there. Now that crafting lady is new to me. I just met her today through you guys. But that's the nice thing about these kind of shows and circles, is you get to meet so many other nice creators.
You know what?
Marika says it was a fairy garden, actually.
I love Marika. Her fairy. First time I seen her. But the first time I seen her was the fairy garden too. And when she had those gorgeous fairies, oh my God, beautiful fairies. I was like, oh my gosh, I want them.
She takes creativity to the next level.
She does.
Copper wire makes something.
She goes in her craft space.
I'm not a DIYer. I'm not good at that. Now I can sew, I can stitch and that kind of stuff, but If you guys look at some of my early DIY projects, oh my goodness, you guys would just laugh, laugh, laugh. Because it's not my thing. I'm not good at that. And I finally decided, why am I killing myself to do this when it's not my thing? But you know, when we first jump on YouTube, we jump in on a lot of collabs, we do a lot of things just to meet new people. And then finally it's like, okay, settle down, just settle down and do you. So that's why I don't do DIYs anymore. I just do.
My everyday wife life is asking, where's the best place to put a fairy garden? Well, I'm sorry, no, she's not. She's asking where to get fairy garden stuff.
Oh, well, I got lots of fairy garden stuff. You can get it at Michael's, you can get it at Joann's, but the best place I think to get fairy garden stuff is to go to a nursery, like a garden nursery. If they've got like a gift shop attached to their nursery, they always have the most beautiful little fairy kind of things in there, because when they create their designs to send out, they will have fairies in there. So I like.
I usually go to the Dollar Tree. I'll get some from the Dollar Tree, some from the 99-cent store. I kind of incorporate those things, and then maybe I'll go like Big Lots and get their houses. Like I kind of mix things. And
what about hardware stores where they have a nursery?
Bigger ones than smaller. What
about like hardware stores like Home Depot or
Home Depot? Them have some of mine.
Yeah, they'll have some. Yeah, they'll have some, and almost everybody will have the different little fairy houses and stuff like that. But the home and garden store, not home and garden, but the garden shops, not like the Lowe's garden shop, but like a bona fide nursery, like McNamara Nursery and Flowers, that kind of thing. They order the most beautiful fairies that you can like order online or somewhere like that. Now they're pricey, so I only have 2 or 3 of them.
Yes.
Most of my fairy stuff that I got either at Joann's or Michael's or somewhere like that. And I try to get them on sale. So, and Grandma Sandy is agreeing that going to the garden shops is a good, those specialty garden shops are good places to buy fairy garden things. And when I was looking for some black fairies though, because I could never find any. And one of the ladies on YouTube that participated in Grandma Sandy's fairy garden, she says, go to the Family Dollar. The
Family Dollar, she found.
And so I went and they found one, and they had one black fairy left. And she said, oh, we had a lot of them, but now they're gone. So I'll have to be sure to look next year's early enough.
What about Amazon?
You can order fairies on Amazon, but they're not going to be cheap.
They're a little more pricey. So that's what I'm saying. I get like some things, lower priced, and then I'll choose once a year, like, okay, I'm going to spend this much for this. And then next year I'll go and I'll buy another, because, you bring them back out in and out and you change them, you move them. And Grandma Sandy also does show you, like, we can use toys. She's used toys and made it work.
She has so many beautiful fairy gardens.
Really nice. I'm all into that.
I like them too. I put a couple out on my front porch. When I do my front porch, and every year I have a couple fairy gardens out there. Then I have one that I do in the backyard. And I used to I hosted a fairy garden challenge once. And I think that was when I first started learning about them. And then Grandma Sandy started hosting her fairy garden challenge. So I just thought, well, I just won't host one anymore. I'll just, participate in hers. So.
Well,
yeah, Grandma Sandy, that's like her thing. And that's a really unique niche.
It is.
Like, you don't find everywhere, like, fairy gardens. And I think she will do well if she continues, because look at this. Look at us, just, a few people on here, and we're all know who Grandma Sandy is. Excited about it.
My son, even, he joined me doing the challenge. He helped me do the fairy garden. He helped me plan them and move stuff around and set them up. And he was like, this is pretty cool, Mom. And I'm like, you know what? This is, I love it. And we were like, we should do this whole thing. So we picture like doing a whole town of just different like bridges. And we want it to grow into, a big fairy garden.
Yeah.
And it was neat because my son, I would never believe my son would really like that. And he did. He really had fun doing it with me. So
they are fun. They are fun. And when my grandchildren are here, they like to go out and look at them. And then when my oldest granddaughter went home, she asked her dad, Dad, you think we can make a fairy garden when we get home? You know, like, can we go out and get some stuff to do it? They are nice. They really are nice. And the imagination that you bring to a fairy garden, like when Grandma Sandy does hers and she tells the story about each little garden. So I started creating stories about my fairy gardens, and the children just love it. So it's like playing Barbies, only we're adults, you know? So yeah.
Look at this aunt's place. She's like, I was never into fairy gardens, and now because of Grandma, I'm a little obsessed.
Yeah. And Marika says she loves her fairies.
Grandma Sandy, you keep on doing them because I'm telling you.
We are loving it.
Everyone's loving it. It's a good niche.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's where I got all my miniature for the Alice in the Wonderland for one of those specialty gift cards. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Just your imagination, definitely, you know.
Jacob, are you right there?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I guess not. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, mine's getting spoiled at the neighbor, so I'm good to go.
The UPS guy comes by, or the FedEx guy, he just goes crazy. He doesn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
In my house, it's a squirrel.
I'll be right back. Excuse me. I'm going to go. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys go ahead. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, so Grandma Sandy says that's how she got to know me from one of the challenges, and she was into gardening fairy gardens. And so she started watching my channel during my gardening season, because I do gardening in the spring and fall, rather spring and summer, when it's gardening season here in Indiana. But then I put that away for other things because we're very seasonal here. So it's like you have to shift different things with the season.
Maybe one of these days I'll get into it. I just don't have a green thumb.
My thumb is green as long as they stay outside, but don't let me bring it in the house.
And one of the most embarrassing stories my mom tells, and she goes, so she sends me out to the garden. She goes, Nadia, go weed out the garden. Well, I didn't know. Like, okay, I'll go weed it. I thought it was all weeds. And Mom comes back and she's like, where are all the cucumbers?
You pulled everything up?
There was like 3 of them left because they were little. And I didn't know, but they were little. And she's like, Nadia, did you see it was in a row? Like, what did you do? She's like, that's it.
Oh, that's
not allowed. Not allowed until there's actual, like, you know, like vegetables. And then that's when you could, you know, I was like, oh my goodness.
This summer, my garden did really well, and my peppers grew like crazy, as well did my greens and things like that. So my son, my grandson was here, they were here to visit, and I said, okay, go outside and pick a green pepper. He thought that was so cool to be able to just walk out the door and pick a green pepper. And he called it, it's so cool to go out and be able to snatch a pepper out of the yard, was what he called it. But, you know, pick out that, or I said, well, go pick me some sage or this or that. And, you know, it kind of helps them learn too. So I wonder if anybody else does any gardening other than the fairy garden, if they do any vegetable gardening, that kind of thing. Michelle, do you do any vegetable gardening? Because she's got lots of beautiful property around her house. And I think she's in California too.
The only thing that I grow is my mom gave me. She's like, Nadia, you can't go wrong with this. It's the nonstop onions, the green onions that I like to put like in salads and stuff. She's like, Nadia, you don't have to do anything. Just come and trim what you need. And then I do have black currant bushes.
Okay. So, black currant bushes, though, that would be nice. You could make jams and jelly and all kind of things with those.
We're big on that because, so what basically, for those who don't know what black currant is, it's a blueberry on fire. Like, I didn't know like what I could say or not say, but yeah, it's like blueberry on fire. It's like the antioxidants you get in the blueberry times like 100.
Okay.
It's super, super good for you because of that. All those, you know, so what we do jams usually, but I also, because I'm on keto, I pick and I freeze. I wash them, clean them, freeze them, and you can put them in your smoothies and things like that. That way it takes away the tardiness because they're very tart because of all the antioxidants in them.
Okay. Okay. I see Marika is saying that she has a little garden, and she does tomatoes, lettuce, and herbs.
Herbs, yeah.
You know what? I haven't tried lettuce, but the lettuce that I've seen grow in the garden is not like the iceberg lettuce. That's the kind of lettuce I always think of, but most lettuce that other people grow is not like that. It's more of a leafy kind of green kind of lettuce. I'm going to try lettuce here.
I don't know if we always talk about a garden, but I don't know here where I'm at in Southern California, it's so hot. So that's why I was.
You have lemon trees and stuff.
Yes, I have orange trees. It's not even trees, they're orchard. It's an orange orchard full of trees.
Oh, wow.
And we have lemon trees. Yeah.
I think that's so cool to be able to go out and pick a lemon off the tree.
I know. Like she sent me the picture. I was like, oh.
Did you see all my lemons coming in? I was like, oh my gosh. That's why I usually have a lot of lemon water when they are coming in, because it's yummy. And oranges, my kids go and they pick the oranges. They go up the hill because we have like these steps to go in there, like up. So they they go up on the steps and they go up where the orchards are, and they just take a bucket and my kids just fill them up with the oranges. And
Do you dry them to preserve them?
Good. No.
You should get a food dehydrator, and then you could dry the orange slices and save them, and kind of munch them.
Think about that. We just pick them and eat them. And then I have a juicer. We have a juicer and we make homemade orange juice, and we'll do that. Yeah.
That's nice.
I love it. The rabbits love them. Rabbits actually climb trees. I never knew that until.
They do?
Yes.
Oh.
I will videotape it next time I find one climbing a lemon tree or the orange tree.
And they eat the lemons?
Yes. Oh. They love the lemons.
I did not know that. The only creatures I've been dealing with are the sweetest, cutest little things, which are chipmunks that totally dug up my front lawn.
I love the little chippies. I love them. I like to see them go hopping across the yard.
Yes, they're very cute until they start, digging in your grass. And you
I haven't had a problem with chipmunks digging in the grass. Oh. I have squirrels, but the rabbits is what drive me crazy, because they get into the garden and they eat up everything.
Ooh. Well, for me, I live by a forest preserve, so we have everything from deer to foxes in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay. So, Leeny, Michelle is saying, or someone is telling Michelle is telling you to look up a self-watering container garden that has a little wick in it. So, and on a Garden Answer with Laura at Garden Answer, she shows these really huge containers where you can do a container garden, and there's some way that it waters itself. Certain kind of coils and cords and that kind of thing, and you can.
I've seen that. I've seen that somewhere on TV. They did something like that. It was in Arizona that they did, because it's a desert, But oh, by the way, Denise, I saw that Tamara mentioned your mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, she said.
I don't know if you read that comment.
My mac and cheese video is really very good, and it's very simple, very easy to make, and people do enjoy it. So yeah, it's good. I
gotta try it. I gotta try it because my kids love mac and cheese. So
then you need to check it out, Leeny.
Right, it's one of my best videos. And then one of the other girls I forgot to mention, I don't remember now who it was, said she saw my cooking marathon and that she really liked it too. I tell you what, I got a lot of good results with that video. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to take a look at it, and please watch it all the way to the end. I need people to watch that video all the way to the end, but most people said they really liked it. It was very relaxing because I just cooked and I played relaxing music while I cooked. I said at the very beginning, there's going to be a whole lot of cooking and no talking. And I didn't talk at all until the very end of the video when I said goodbye. And I cooked like from the first thing I did to make Thanksgiving dinner as I'll make a pan of cornbread. And then I went all the way to the end to the very last item that I made. And most people said they really enjoyed just watching me go through it. But a couple of people, including one of my sisters, said that they would have preferred a narration where I was telling what I was doing on every little step as I was doing it. And I do have a video that shows how to make all of those dishes, but I thought this one, I'm just going to just do a cook with me marathon, and I'm not going to talk, but I think I'm going to retool that video maybe before Christmas, where I will come into it and I'll stop it, and then I'll give some discussion or some narration and point out different things, and then go back in to finish it up.
Wow. That's cool though. Do it live.
Hi, Nick. She just started a channel too.
Yes. Hi, Nick. Wow.
Look at Tam's comment. She said that her son heard me talking and said, wait, is that Denise Jordan of the famous mac and cheese? Oh, that is so funny. Wilson, hello, and how are you? I'm so glad you like my mac and cheese. My little grandniece loves to watch me on YouTube. She calls it watching Aunt Denise on TV. So my sister, who's her grandmother, will like if she's watching a video, Zaria will come up and sit beside her and watch just to kind of see Aunt Niecy on TV. I think that's like she thinks I'm on TV.
That's so funny that you say that. I don't know, little kids like my little niece. My DIY channel is fairly new, but I had coffee with Nadia for a while. When she would like be upset, my sister would turn me on her phone, turn a video of me and just me talking. She's like, oh, Nana. She wasn't even able to say my name, and she would the video would just play. She would love it.
My niece Davina, her daughter watches the lives. She watches all the videos I put up, and she'll say the same thing. And one day my niece, she had to tell me late at night, and she started laughing, and she recorded her and says, tell your auntie what you just told me. And she goes, what? And I go, what did you say, Mija? She goes, I just told my mommy, I want to do what my auntie does. I want to do what KraftyLeeny does. I
want to grow up to be KraftyLeeny.
Oh, that is so much fun. Wilson, hello there. You'll have to try cooking some of my other recipes. You'll like them.
Will is over here giggling, laugh out loud.
So yeah, it's nice to have, like, I know this is a DIY channel, but it's so nice to introduce you to, you know, DIYers who we're all homemakers at the end of the day.
Well, that's what I told Denise today. I was like, because she was like, well, DIY. I go, you know what? A lot of the DIYers have more than one channel, and a lot of them are doing cooking and cleaning, organizing, you know. And I said, they love you, and they're going to be interested in what you do on your channels.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys having me on, because I was thinking, well, you're right. Even though I'm not into DIY, but we all are homemakers. Even if you're a single mom or a single dad or a wife, or if it's just you and there's no one in the house but you're still making a home, and it might as well be a nice home for you.
Even if it's a little apartment, it's yours. It's your piece of,
it's your space.
Exactly. And we all need to know how to do that. And even DIY, there's DIY in homemaking. Like some people like to make their own laundry soap. Now, I haven't gone that far yet. I bought some things. I'm going to try practicing making my own laundry detergent and see how that works. I've got some stuff in a box to try.
That would be a good thing to go on your website.
We'll have to see how it works out. I haven't tried it yet. You can make your own like pancake mix. Like there's a DIY pancake mix where you can make up your own pancake mix, have it in a jar, so that when you're ready to make pancakes, you don't have to go and buy, any from the store.
That's a great idea.
But
you know what I would love to learn to make is that eggplant parmesan.
Oh, that's fun to make.
Yeah. I would love to learn how to make eggplant parmesan.
Hi, crafting cousins. My sweet friends are here.
Mom said she just did a leftover turkey pot pie. Said her kids were loving it. And that was one of the videos that I did to show how to use your leftover turkey, was make a turkey pot pie. So those are things, I guess I do DIY. Do it yourself, turkey pot pie. Now, guys, don't laugh at me now. Don't laugh. But, I put in a grocery order today at Kroger because, I decided, okay, I'm not going out anymore. So I put in a grocery order, and I ordered 4 individual servings of, the Marie Calendar pot pies, because me and the hubby like to have them for lunch sometimes. But I have made my own turkey pot pie leftovers, and I thought, I do DIY. I make my own turkey pot pie. Sometimes I'll make my own cobblers. I'm not as bad as I thought at DIY. It's just I'm a different stage. Yeah, different stage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Val's there. Hey, Laura.
Laura's here. Simone's here. Hi, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, there's so many nice DIY people. Like I have never met Crafting Cousins before, and Creations by Simone. These are all new people, and DIY with Knick-Knack.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying she loves peach cobbler. I had a killing peach cobbler. Oh my God.
Oh,
now here's the thing about cooking. Let me share. What's her name? Lady Phoenix. Spill the tea. I guess that's now. Spill the tea isn't always bad, is it? Do you guys know? Okay, so I'm going to spill the tea. So when I made that peach cobbler, I told my husband, now we're not going to eat it all. I'm going to put half of it in the freezer. Do you think any of it made its way to the freezer? No. We ate that. It probably took us 3 days to eat it. But when I say I've been gaining weight because of COVID, just think about Thanksgiving. Because all the food that I make, we eat. So now, this is mostly just YouTubers that are on here right now. So when I made turkey breast, how to roast a turkey breast, I have to start those Thanksgiving videos in September, so they're ready. Like I want to have all of my Thanksgiving videos done by October 15th. So when November 1st starts and people start looking for Thanksgiving recipes, mine are done. So my twin's birthday is in September. So I made the how to roast a turkey breast then, and oh my God, was that ever good. And I used to do a Thanksgiving birthday for my sister who has an October birthday. And I would make all the Thanksgiving food, and then I would invite everybody over for her birthday, and we'd eat it. And it would look like it's our Thanksgiving dinner. And then I'd have my husband come and say, okay, honey, and we'd say from our house to yours, happy Thanksgiving. And I would drop it on Thanksgiving Day or the day before. Well, this year with COVID, I thought, okay, I can't do that. And since I wanted to do the turkey breast, I learned from last year that I needed to start sooner. So when I made the turkey breast, well, we did a Thanksgiving birthday for him in September. And then there was something else. So then I did the peach cobbler one, which we ate. And then when I did the Thanksgiving dinner for two and did that cooking marathon, me and my husband ate that. And then I had to make Thanksgiving dinner again for Thanksgiving. I made 3 Thanksgiving dinners.
Girl, that's my favorite. That is my favorite. I love hamburger, but my favorite, if you can ask even Handsome Devil, what is Leeny's favorite dinner? He's going to say Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And in our family, we have the same thing for Christmas that we have at Thanksgiving. Now, we were talking about this at the beauty shop yesterday, and some of the ladies were saying they have completely different things at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. But in our family, from when I was a little girl, we have the same food for Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's the same stuff. And there's this one fruit salad that we make that I didn't make this year because it was just going to be the two of us, that we only make at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And, but oh my gosh,
But for those who are joining us, she's because we've been talking about food a little bit. She doesn't have a cooking channel. She basically has a homemaking channel where she does everything from laundry to home cleaning, organizing. Also, she does cleaning, food prep. She does a lot. This lady is this is not a cooking channel.
She is the Miss Beaver Cleaver, she said.
Yeah, she does have a lot of recipes. Yeah,
I want to be the Beaver of YouTube.
And Nadia says she's Martha Stewart of YouTube.
I do.
I think that one too. Except Martha Stewart is so creative in crafty ways. See, she's very crafty too, and I'm not crafty. But as I was telling Leeny earlier, is that the young homemakers today, the young moms, you know, and the young dads that are on their own, there's things that they haven't learned how to do. And, you know, my daughter lives in Tennessee. My youngest son lives in Atlanta. I have one son here who has his own family. I kind of miss that mentoring of young women, you know, and that kind of thing. So I thought, you know what? I've learned to kind of share myself in that way with young women and young men on YouTube. And it kind of fills a void in my life, but it also was very helpful. And I had two guys a couple of times said, how, because I used to say that I teach homemaking for today's woman. And a couple of them said, so how come you think men don't follow you? Women are really homemakers out there. And I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. So, you know, Scott from Virtual Dinner Party is on our Sister Circle shows one day. So one day he was on and we were all talking, and that discussion helped me change from today's woman to today's homemaker. So I really learned a lot from the group as a whole too. It just kind of help you tweak your message and that kind of thing. So
sounds like your son lives close to Crafting Cousins. And Ginny is here too from Lovely Moms Creating.
I seen her come in.
Oh, okay. So now DIY with Knickknack is on, and she says she's a new wife and definitely needs tips. Wifing ain't easy. Boom! That is my target demographic, the young bride, the new bride. So those are the people that I'm trying.
There you go, Knickknack.
Yeah. Honey bun, I've been married more than 45 years, and you're right. It is not easy. Being a wife is not easy.
This is what Denise Jordan does. She goes, boom! I love when she does that.
I know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. This is not my fault, Denise. Settle down.
Oh, it's okay.
No.
Honey.
I love it.
You. We love you.
Finally, she's getting there.
But yeah. So now Crafting Cousin says my son isn't very far from her, so she must be in the Atlanta area as well.
Yeah, one of the Crafting Cousins, they run a YouTube channel. One lives in Louisiana and the other one lives in Georgia.
Okay.
We live a few hours from each other, and they get together to do the channel, when they can.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to do a YouTube channel with my son, but you know, he is so busy. He works in film and television. And so when he's not busy working on a job that pays his bills, then he's trying to work on his own project. And then his wife is an actress, and then she's always doing projects and stuff like that, and he's helping her. So I'm lucky that I can get him to help me like figure out stuff when I'm trying to edit. I'll call and ask him questions. But it would be so much fun to do a channel, you know, with him. It would be fun. Newman, Georgia.
Yeah.
Crafting Cousins is close to. So Knickknack says she likes hearing from people who've been married for years. Fun is not easy. I tell you what, I've been married more than 45 years, but there have been times I didn't know if I'd be married 45 more minutes, let alone years. But you know, the thing is, you just have to make the decision that is worth working through.
Yes.
You know, you just have to make the decision that it's worth working through. As long as there's not abuse or violence going on, then you can sort things out. If there's abuse or violence going on and you can't get that under control with the right kind of help, then that may be difficult to stay in that situation. But other than that, you know, if you make the decision to work things out, you can, but it has to be a concerted effort on both parts.
I say if there's abuse, run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to say that, but you know.
I do. I do. I do. Not from my experience, but
no, I'm saying, no, I
my life went through.
Well, I get
personal experience.
I know. I have 4 sisters.
You can.
And out of my 4 sisters, all 4 of them have had problems with abuse in their marriages. And some of them exited the situation sooner than others. Now, this was physical abuse, but then there can also be emotional abuse, which is just as bad sometimes because of the emotional told that it takes on one. But yeah, you know, I don't mean to take us down that rabbit hole, but I just wanted to say that it's worth working at. You just have to, it's a concerted effort, you know. And sometimes I think young people today give up too quickly because they see today's world as being such a toss away, throw away generation. But meaning you buy something, if it doesn't work, move on, you know, and try something else.
And that's how they're treating relationships.
Exactly. And that's not, I don't think that's how you can, it's not the best way to raise a family. You know, it's not the best way to raise a family. So that's why
I wasn't abusive for physically and mentally. A lot of my viewers do know that.
Yeah.
For 14 and a half years. And it was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably, you know, the way it ended, I probably went and had left. I was so broken down and so manipulated and controlled that I probably would have stayed and not leave. Where a police officer, I'll never forget, told me I'm going to find myself 6 feet under if I stay. And people don't understand. I loved, at that moment, that time in my life, I loved my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And people didn't understand, how can you love somebody that hurt you? Well, because in my mind already embedded that it was me. I was the problem. I was the one. If I didn't make him so mad, I wouldn't have gotten hit, or I wouldn't have gotten told that, you know, or maybe if I looked prettier or lost weight, he would have loved me more. All these things. And it was just damaging what they do to you. So it's hard to just leave. For someone to say, once they hit you, just leave. You know what? Sometimes it's hard because they don't start the abuse until they know they've already have you. And then sometimes it starts, and it starts small. And then, you know, it just builds and builds, and it gets really bad. So I am one of the blessed ones that I was taken out of that situation for whatever reason, how it happened. I'm just glad that I was away from that.
Yeah. It's good that you were able to get out. And Nick Nack is saying that keep the foundation strong with God and trust that He will keep us along with working at it. But in addition to trusting in God, there's work that you have to do on yourselves and with each other. And yeah, abuse is not easy. And to say, oh, well, why don't you just leave? It's not easy, because there's a lot tied up into why women don't leave. So yeah, there's a lot that's tied up with that. But
we're not going to talk about this anymore.
No, we're going to go on a different. Yes, we're done.
We do talk about this on here too, because you know what, 99% of us are women on here, and you know what, it
happens.
Yeah, it's
don't feel alone. Don't ever. At that time, though, you feel alone. You're embarrassed. You're embarrassed and ashamed to tell your family sometimes.
Yes,
that this is happening to you, and then you don't want them to hate him. At the same time, you don't want people to look at him and hate him, because you do love him. And you're thinking it's you yourself sometimes. And there's people that told me, I didn't even know you were going through that. I didn't even know you guys. Every time we seen you guys were the perfect family. And,
you know, and when you're the family member of that, you feel like, I felt dumb. I was like, how did I not notice? How did I not see this? Like, was I like in some kind of box that I didn't see it? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, it's someone I love. Like, how did I not see that this person was getting hurt? And now I look back and I was like, oh, like, and things kind of make sense. Like, you know, they were happening the way she was acting, the way this and that. I was like, but when it happens, you don't.
Sometimes when you get those phone calls, oh, I can't, I'm doing this, or they can't come over, or you don't want to be bothered. Those are the days probably where you have bruises, or, you know, there's things going on, you know, you're fixing holes in the walls, or you're fixing things. And yeah.
I think as women too, and we're getting awful deep, ladies, but as women too, one of the things we have to do is ask the question, and we do have to have the conversations. And I think as a healthcare professional, I've learned to do that. So like if I would see a student, you know, most of my students were women, and I would see like a bruise or something, I'd like call her over to the side, and I would just start asking questions, because I've learned that sometimes if you ask the question and then offer some kind of help, then they can begin to get themselves out of the situation. Because, you know, domestic violence, all that stuff starts at 14. Girls as young as 14 get started beat up by their boyfriends, and they become to think that this is a normal way of life, or once they're pregnant, or once they get married, that kind of thing. But anyway, but you're right. Those are things that as women, we have to keep an eye out for, and ask that question of your best friend or your girlfriend or your sister. If you think something seems a little off, just kind of start paying attention and ask those questions. And if you don't know what to do, which most of the time we don't, maybe you can offer a resource. Like if there's
my mom became like paranoid on that sense. When she did find out, when everything came out in the open, she did get paranoid. So when I was with Handsome Devil, anytime I had a little bruise or something that I've done or hit my arm on a door handle or something, she would right away, what's that from? Are you okay? What is that? It made her start thinking now, if I hit that long, you know, and I was like, no, Mom, I did this, or no, Mom, you know, and I always had to reassure her after that. I don't know how she, you know, I can't ask her now, but I don't know if it was, she felt like, God, I didn't even protect my daughter when I should have. You know, maybe that's what she got. But after that, she was constantly, anytime I had a bruise or any little thing, what's wrong? Are you okay? Or what's going on? Or what?
It's hard as family because there's so much we can do, and not everyone will open up.
no.
You know, a lot of people who are abused, the abusers pick them because of the way, you know, they'll keep quiet, they're shy, you know, they're, you know, and
mine was more of a control freak. He had to be controlling because I was a very strong person to begin with, very open. I was very, you know, and I don't know. I think to me, I feel like he had fun in breaking me and making me do what he wanted, making me what he wanted.
Okay. Well, ladies, let's go to a little happier topic now.
Yes.
like ice cream.
I love cream. Let's scream for ice cream, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite dessert, Denise?
Oh, my favorite dessert is Lloyd J. Harris. Marie Callender Dutch apple pie with ice cream, or Lloyd J. Harris pecan pie with ice cream. Love pie. Love pie.
Goodness.
I'm a pecan
You guys are making me hungry now. I love that. Pie with some ice cream. French vanilla. Has to be French vanilla for me.
Regular vanilla. Don't like French vanilla. Just plain homemade country style vanilla.
Oh, I love French vanilla.
On top of the pie. Now,
the vanilla bean.
Yeah, I like that too. But if I'm just having ice cream, well, then I like, you know, all the different kind of caramel praline and all this kind of stuff. But if it's going on ice cream, I just want plain old vanilla.
Yeah, me too. Like if it's going on a pie or whatever, it needs to be just plain because the pie is the flavor.
Oh gosh, I have to have French vanilla.
Yeah.
And I like smaller pies. Do you guys find that? Like because like we used to buy like Costco pies. They're so huge. All you get is like the moosh kind of, you know, and not the. But I like to buy the smaller ones at bakeries because they have like everything's just perfect proportions.
Well, Tam and Love My Babies Forever just asked if I make my own ice cream sometimes. And no, I've never tried that. I do have an ice maker in the garage that I found in my mom's garage when I was helping my sister clean it out. And maybe I'll try it, but I've never tried making my own ice cream, but it looks like it ought to be fun. So I may try that.
I don't think it's that hard.
I don't think so. It's just something I've never done. I like to watch Jennifer Scott at The Daily Connoisseur, and on one of her homemaking videos, she made homemade ice cream for her family that day, and it looked pretty easy. She also did yogurt too, and I thought I wouldn't mind having a little yogurt maker where I could make that kind of stuff myself.
That would be nice, yogurt. I like yogurt. Okay. What's your favorite meal?
Well, let's see. Well, Thanksgiving.
That's your favorite.
When we look at that kind of meal, you know, because like, you know, your turkey, your dressing, your cranberry sauce.
Green bean casserole.
No, we don't make that.
Ooh, no? Oh, I have to have that.
We do with almonds.
Yeah, no, I've never made green bean casserole. I had planned to make it for Thanksgiving this year, but I just ran out of time. But no, we never make green bean casserole. Well, I take
green bean
that.
casserole.
One sister-
Are you guys reading the comments? My everyday wife life said Denise, you need to try the salted caramel cappuccino cheesecake. Just reading it, I'm like salivating right here.
I like salted caramel. Love salted caramel. So I'm sure that cheesecake would be great. You made that on the video, Michelle? That sounds wonderful.
That sounds so good.
Man, you guys are hungry.
But see, the problem when I make all those desserts, it's like there's just me and the hubs here. So, and I eat more dessert than he does. So,
well, my husband and I are going on low carb, so now I'm looking into like low carb, like peanut butter related desserts.
Mm-hmm.
But cheesecake, we can have cheesecakes.
That's
I want to try to think of more meals that I can make. Like Knick Knack was saying, she's a new wife, but what I also should ask her is, do you have any children? Like, do you guys have any little ones, or if it's just you and the hubby? And because like I got a video on how to roast a chicken and chicken and root vegetables and different things like that. Got to get them edited. That's my problem, is getting those videos edited, getting them up. But some nice little meals for young families like that. So Knick Knack, do you guys have any children? And what I don't understand is why people's kids have all these, difficulty eating. Like, why do people have all these picky eaters? I don't understand that.
Because we don't have a food shortage in the country. That's why.
When my kids were little, you got one thing
Nadia.
One thing that you didn't like. Like, my kids didn't like peas, so I didn't make peas because the kids didn't like peas. My husband could take them or leave them. I said, okay, then I won't make peas. But everything else I put on that table, I expect you to eat it.
I grew up like that. I grew up
like that too. It's not a restaurant.
If I put it on the table, I expect you to eat it.
My mom would always say,
the mother children around the kitchen with the spoon trying to get this kid to eat. Like, oh no, her little behind would be sitting at the table. She's gonna eat when I put on that table.
My everyday wife like says quick and easy meals, Denise.
Okay, I'm gonna work on some of those. Something that's quick and easy. And I also want to try to make sure they're healthy, because one of my subscribers wrote in and asked, I had done a grocery haul about some new preps, and I had the picture of the DAC the can of a Campbell's chunky chili, and something else, but it was 3 canned items. And her question was, well, aren't you concerned about all the sodium content? And I'm like, well, yes, I don't cook like that every day. These are foods to use in emergencies. Now, the chili, the hubs might have every now and then for lunch, or he likes to have soup for lunch a lot of times, so he might open a can of chili. But I'm not cooking like canned hams and those kind of canned things all the time. But that being said, I should think more about, like, for the young homemaker, some healthy or healthier options.
Knick Knack is asking the difference between regular vanilla and French vanilla. I think she's talking about ice cream. The French vanilla, it has some kind of a sweetness to it.
It has a little like a little more of a, I don't know. It is.
I like vanilla beans.
It's more sweeter than regular vanilla. Regular vanilla just to me tastes more plain. But.
Yeah, I think the French vanilla, it has like a sweet, they add something to it where it's a little sweeter. I like as I said, vanilla bean. Actually, you could see the little, the actual little dot.
The little speckles.
The little speckles of
vanilla. I call it freckles or speckles in it.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite ice cream though is Rocky Road all the way.
Cherry Garcia.
Huh?
Cherry Garcia is my, like, once in a while,
Ben & Jerry's? Yeah, I like salted caramel ice cream, like salted caramel with pecans or something like that in there, or some with chocolates, or
what about coffee ice cream? I get in the moods and I love coffee ice cream.
I can't get into coffee ice cream.
I like it.
Oh.
As long as it's not too sweet. There are brands where it's just like, like it needs to taste like coffee, like, has that.
Okay.
Yeah, not mine. Oh, what's your favorite music, Denise? I want to get to know Denise.
Oh, my favorite music, I'm old school, so I like music that was like the Motown sound, Gladys Knight, Dinah Ross. Like when we had my retirement party, I had my kids have the DJ play Diana Ross's song, I'm Coming Out, and I came out just dancing with the arm and, that kind of thing. And it's kind of funny because you hear that song, and my granddaughter was listening to that song, and she said, well, are they gay? I'm like, no, dear. Coming out didn't mean the same thing then as it does now. But it was like,
That's
I like that kind of music though. So Motown sound, that kind of thing. And sometimes depending upon what I'm doing, like if I'm working, I like quiet music, like instrumentals without singing, just quiet so that I'm not distracted. From
Classic.
Not really classic, but just quiet. Like it could be a quiet jazz, it could be a classic, but just something quiet so that it's not bothering me while I'm working.
I'm in this kick right now where I'm listening to, you guys are probably going to laugh. I'm in this kick now when I'm editing and DIYing. I'm listening to the rain sounds with the fireplace going.
Oh, those are nice. Nice and quiet.
Love that. And it helps me
relaxing
as I go. Yeah. That's what I've been doing lately.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Motown sound and those kind of things. And like right now, I've been watching more television, but I don't watch TV until like in the evening. It's like when we get ready to get in the bed, then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to turn the TV on. My husband's like, no, it's time to go to sleep. But he'll watch TV all day long. I got stuff to do. I'm playing the house. I'm cooking, I'm editing video, I'm working on stuff. So I'm not sitting in a chair, relaxed like I'm the king, watching TV all day. I'm busy. But when it's time to go to bed, and I climb the bed, so now we wrestle for the remote because I'm like, okay, I'm watching something. And I like to watch The West Wing. I have been loving The West Wing. Oh my goodness. It is amazing. So
I don't watch those ones. You know which ones I like is Chris. Have you guys seen that show, KraftyLeeny Knows Best?
My mom used to love that. And I would watch that when I would go over there and she would have it on and I would see it. But it's not something that I would watch on my own. But he is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I'm busting up laughing. I watched that and I just crack up laughing the whole time. Handsome Devil will stop and look and go, you're right. I'm like, I'm sorry, but this guy, man, this dude cracks me up.
Hilarious. He really is hilarious.
Especially when he tells his mama, I'm not going to let you get all sauced up.
Well, I was watching it one day when he had his little granddaughter over there. She was about 3, I think, about 3 years old. I think her name is Zoe or something. Anyway, 3 years old. And she was sitting there. You know how 3-year-olds sit? They have a little dress. The dress is all everywhere. Their legs are all gapped everywhere. I mean, she's 3 and they probably still have on pull-ups or whatever. And he said, Zoe, honey, close your legs. We don't show our surprise.
I love that. I'm laughing because I
had me cracking up. So every now and then if I'm over at my sister's, and if she's not sitting, like properly, and it's like, okay, look, you need to cover up because I don't want to see your surprise. And that's cracking up.
I love that show. Oh my goodness. I can watch even the reruns of them. I don't know. Does anyone else watch them? That's me. Crazy.
Now, she enjoyed the soundtrack from my cooking marathon, and it was just a very quiet, relaxing music, which I had not tried to do music like that before. But I don't know. And Michelle said, no, Knick-Knack says they don't have a TV in their bedroom.
A lot of people are saying that we have a TV in every room. I mean, I'm surprised we don't have one in the shower yet.
My niece, they got one in every room.
I'm like, in the shower.
And her husband's electrical guy,
electrician
everywhere. But I used to think I wouldn't want one in the bedroom, but now that I'm used to having it in there, so at night I'll get in the bed and I'll watch West Wing or Jack Ryan or some Hallmark Christmas movies or whatever.
Yeah, we have TVs in every room too.
We have one in the bedroom. My husband has one in his studio. The one in the studio is almost as big as the one in the family room. And then we have one in the family room, and that's it.
Mine gets bigger and bigger every time. I think the last one he bought was 70 inches. I was like, that's the size of a room. I don't know.
Well, my dream is to take up one of my whole walls.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dream, is to take up the whole wall. with my surround sound. Yeah, I want a movie theater room. That's my dream. I want a movie theater room.
My daughter's got one of those in her house. But...
love to have one. And I want to fix it like an old school movie theater, you know, with the reds and the, you know what I'm saying? I want one like that. That's what I picture. Yes.
Now, Michelle's
one day
on her phone in bed. Now, if he's got the remote, you know, like I usually go up early now since I've been so tired. I tell you what, guys, Thanksgiving wore me out because I went to bed early because I was exhausted after, you know, you get the videos done, you get all the editing and all of that. And I threw in an extra one because the peach cobbler one that I did, which turned out very good and was very well received. I hadn't planned on doing that one, but I did that collaboration with Peggy and Don, and she wanted to make peach cobbler. So I thought, okay, fine, we can do peach cobbler. And it turned out nicely, but it was just one extra thing to do right then. And so I was tired that whole month. And so I would, as soon as I was like done for the night, I'd go up, you know, get my night clothes on, get in the bed, and I'd grab the remote and start watching The West Wing or just something, you know, like Calgon, Take Me Away kind of stuff. But yeah, but so
Calgon, Take Me Away. Denise, girl, you just took me back. I thought I was the only one that said that still. I still say that. Calgon, take me away.
Nadia, do you know what we're talking about? Because she's looking like, what the heck?
Calgon. There's a commercial. They used to sell this stuff called Calgon, and you put it inside your bathtub. Okay, like bubble or whatever it is. And the commercial was always like a woman house cleaning and going nuts or doing something, and she'll be, Calgon, take me away.
Like she finally had a minute to relax, and she would go in the bathroom and shut the door. And I get that because when I was a young wife, oh my God, and the kids were little. We had 3 of them when they were little. And I worked at the VA, and I tell you what, the working at the VA, that was the hardest job I ever had in my life. We worked from the minute you got there till you left. It was just hard, you know, it was just a hard job. I'd come home from work, and then you got to cook dinner, you got to do all the house stuff. And I would lock myself in the bathroom, and I would light a candle, and I would put in like some bath beads or Calgon, and just like, oh.
That's what girl, I feel you. Yeah.
So that's Calgon.
Yes. Calgon. I was going to tell Michelle, I watched
Calgon, take me away.
I watch TV on this if I have to. Let's see. Where is it? I can't.
On tab? Yeah, I do that in the kitchen. I do that in the kitchen. I use a tab or one of my laptops.
Simone says she works at the VA. What do you do at the VA, Simone? I worked as a nurse at the VA, and I'm telling you what, we worked. It was the hardest job I ever had in my life.
You're a nurse? I was a surgical tech. I worked in the OR for 6 years. I've been in medicine since I was like 19.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandma Sandy is still on. She said she's got to go, but she enjoyed chatting.
Oh, thank you for visiting us.
I never worked in OR.
She's a contracting officer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, contract.
If you work at the VA, you work hard. Period. It's not an easy job.
If you work in a hospital, you work hard.
Yes. They may pay well, but you work for every dime you get.
If you're a mama and you're working, it's hard.
Yes.
And even if you're not a mama, ladies, work is work. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. Yeah, it is hard. And one of the things that I've learned as far as homekeeping now is that to have a series of routines is so much more helpful, and it just helps you manage things. I wish I had learned some of these lessons when I was younger, but I suppose I wouldn't have been younger then, because that's part of growing and maturing, is that you learn the lessons as you go through.
Learning, yeah.
That's part of it.
Well, you guys, we have been on here for quite some time.
We have.
It is. Wow, I didn't notice it till right now.
What time is it? I can't even see a clock.
It's 4. Well, my time 4.
Oh, there it is. Well, let's not forget the comment made by Lovely Moments Creating. And she's right. Working moms need kudos because, yeah, you know, she's
a working mom.
Because if you work outside of the home, if you work inside the home, it's still hard. It's just hard differently. If you work outside of the home, then you're doing double duty because you got that to do and then come home and you still got this to do. But yeah, being a mom, period, is hard.
Thank you, Tamara. She said good talks. Thank
It
you. I
was
hope you guys
fun.
all enjoyed. And I'm so happy you came on with us, Denise.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Girl, anytime. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
You're always good to me when I come in there and visit you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's so nice to like talk to you. I just, I always get shocked how like you feel like you know person because we've been watching each other's videos for so long.
Yeah, you do. You do get to know people, and at least you feel like you get to know people because you
Like, yeah.
Like you guys see me, you see me in my home, you see me in my office right here, you see me in my kitchen all the time. So it's like you're right there. And that's how I want you to feel too. When you're watching my videos, I want you to feel like you're sitting right there in the kitchen with me. That's how I want you to feel. I haven't done a laundry chat in a while. I probably won't do one anymore. But I used
that's
to
why I like saying visiting. I always say visiting because that's what it feels like. I want you all to feel, because to me, you are visiting, and I love.
I didn't think about that, but that's how like us, I always say in the compliments, thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. Like
I always say visiting. Thank you for visiting me, because I don't know. I just feel like that's there. I'm inviting them into my life, in my home. They're visiting.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Thank you, Nadia, for coming on with me, being my lovely co-host.
Leeny, thank you so much for having us. This was really, I enjoyed this so much.
This was fun. This is really fun. This is the first time I've been a guest on a show too. So thank you guys.
Is it really? Oh, I'm honored.
That's fun.
I'm really honored because I love you.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Does anybody have anything to say to Denise before we go?
People got quiet.
Ask now.
Or find Denise on her channel, This and That with Denise Jordan.
Yes, please subscribe to Denise Jordan, please. Go
and
check her out.
Her website.
And go to her Instagram and look forward to her website. I'm looking forward to her website.
I am too.
I can't wait.
All right.
Very nice. Let's see. Okay. Well, we're going to say bye, guys. Thank you again for stopping in and visiting with us ladies today. We do appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you will. And if you haven't subscribed to me and Nadia, if you can do that also. And our beautiful guest, Denise, please. With that, I'm going to say be kind, be safe. Till next time, guys. Bye. Don't leave, Denise. Stay there.
Yeah, Lovely Moments creating. She's from Chicago too.
Lovely Moments creating.
She's from Chicago.
Oh, right there. Oh,
how come it won't end? You guys are stuck with us.